Guys, welcome back to the Vacuum and Fans channel. Little Click Vacuums, Fans, Machines, and Reviews. And today we have another vacuum fix. As you can tell just in the title that it is indeed a little baby Dyson. This is a Dyson small ball, and I've always wanted one of these small compact Dysons in my collection. Almost makes you want to steal this from them because I really love these small Dysons. They're actually really actually fun to use and take apart, especially, and kind of something I think fun to play with because of how you put the hoses on. As you can, the one difference between these and the regular size Dysons is instead of extending the hose, you can see it's already extended. And never mind then, I'm wrong. But as you can see, yeah, this one's a little different because I think the other two compact Dyson uprights don't have the hoses already extended, like built in, if that makes sense. But anyway, really like these little Dysons because as you can see, they're easy to carry around. They're not as lightweight as some people say they are, as I can tell, but yeah, I could just steal this. But anyway, as you can tell in the title, this is not, but unfortunately, I don't want to steal it. Sorry, I'm horrible at doing an intro today. But anyway, this is a vacuum that belongs to one of my co-workers. I've been waiting to fix this machine. They finally brought it to me to look at. One of the co-workers, she said that it wasn't picking up. She says that it might just need to be cleaned. I don't really know. As you can tell here in the dirt bin, there is a lot of dirt, so I'm gonna go ahead and empty it, and then we're gonna plug it up and then give it a whirl and see what happens. Okay, so I emptied it. I brought it over here so I can show you guys, but as you can see, I think I figured out what the problem is. There's some dirt that's kind of trapped here in the air intake, and I think because of that, that's what's causing it to not suck. I'm gonna see. I don't know if there's a way to remove this, but I'm hoping not because I've never done that before. I'm gonna see if I can take this apart, maybe see if I can get this part off. I just want to make sure I don't do it without screwing something up because, like I said, this vacuum is not mine. It belongs to my co-workers, and being the fact that it is a Dyson, and judging by the title, because I'm sure as people have probably figured out as of now, they've kind of discontinued the DC series. It kind of started after the Digital Slim. I almost thought they were going to stop. They were going to discontinue uprights completely just because, if everyone in the commercial of the Digital Slim remembers James Dyson saying how they stopped developing cordless vacuums, but I guess they knew that not everybody would want something like that. And I can see why. Don't get me wrong, these small slim vacuums are really good. I do work pretty well, but the one downfall is definitely I mean, obviously you should always empty your vacuum, but you have a better chance of having to empty it with something like that. Sorry. It's kind of noisy out here. Everyone's getting ready to go on their jobs because I'm at work, as you guys can probably tell. But the one downfall with those slimmer, the Digital Slim and many vacuums like it, is the dirt bin. Obviously you should always empty it, but the thing about it is you have a better chance of those getting clogged, and when you're trying to vacuum up big messes, they can fill up real easily. And if I was your average Joe, I probably would choose, I would probably end up getting something. If I wanted something that definitely wasn't big or upright and easy to move around, I would probably either get a small canister, or something like this. But anyway, I'm gonna see if I can get this part off and see if I can remove the dirt, and then after that I'm gonna give it a whirl and see what happens. And yep, alright, so I just got an idea that popped in my head, similar to what I do if it's a clog in the hose. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run it and see if I can get the dirt to kind of spit out through that intake, and if not, we'll go from there. Maybe I can try and use my screwdriver over there to kind of get the dirt out. I can't get this piece off, so did that get it out? I don't think it did. Make sure. Yeah, I didn't get all of it out, as you can probably tell. I got some of it out though. And then the reason I did that was to go ahead and make sure there wasn't a clog in the hose either. I just wanted to be sure. But anyway, I did sort of do it. Let's try it one more time. Come on. Don't ever do that again. Just trying to see if I could. So yeah, as you can tell, that's sort of it. It got some dirt to spit out. I don't know why I just did that. Obviously did nothing. Anyway, I'm gonna once again try to empty it and see if I can find a way to get the dirt out. See if there's any more in the intake. We'll see what goes from there. I might also check the hose as well. I'm gonna see if that's clogging up as well. Maybe that's part of it. Okay, so that did work actually. It managed to spit it out. So what I'm gonna do now is I got the thing off too. This is what I like about these small compact Dysons, the way how easy it is to take the hose out and take the wand off if you just want to use the hose and put it back together and put the tools on too. I can see why these are still pretty popular. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do the suction test. Oh, nope. As you can tell, there's still a clog. Something I thought I did was possibly seen, because there's another one we're going to be looking at today, that Craftsman shop vac that belongs to my boss, Joey. He says that it keeps spitting dirt out, so I'm going to take a look at it. It says he changed the filter and everything, so cross that off my list. I might see. I'm gonna get a flashlight, see if there's a clog in here. Starting to wonder if there's a. First, let me see if it's. Let me first try something to make sure it's where I think it is. Yep. There's probably another clog right up in here too, so I'm gonna quickly, I can actually put this one on my workbench because as you can see it's really small and compact, so I'm gonna, what I love about these 3rd gen Dyson balls is it's easy to access if there's a clog. All you have to do is take this thing out. I've done one before this generation and I really love it. Anyway, show you right there in case I don't really get a good view. I don't always pay attention when I'm recording. So yep, I'm gonna try that and I'll be back in a. So there's a clog right in here. That's where the other clog is, and that's probably what caused. My guess is either that caused the clog in here, or this caused the clog in that. As you can kind of see, I got this little light here. Get a better look. As you can see, we got some stuff in there, so we're gonna go ahead and unclog it. I'm probably gonna see how I can remove this right here. All right, so got it all unclogged, I think. I don't see any other. I'm hoping there's not. Now I get the joy of figuring out how to put this back together. That's the one downfall. This can be a pain to put back into these two hoses can be a pain to put back together, but it still is pretty easy. I love how this part doesn't come off. You just lift it and it unhooks from the hose. So this is what was clogged in the vacuum, and I had to also remove the brush bar in order to get it out. It was stopped up in the brush bar as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw all this away, this big part away, and then I'm gonna put it back together and possibly give it a bit of a whirl. just to make sure everything on it's working, and we'll be right back. Got a bit of a situation here. I gotta find a way to move this back into place, kind of in between the wheels. Probably should have thought about that. Anyway, so I'll figure it out. I'm gonna try to put this back together. I might have to take it home and try to put it back together. Alright, so everything, I figured out how to get the little hose back together. You just take one of these, remove one of the filter caps, and that gives you a way to put it back in place and move it back up to the hose. One thing I also feel like I think my mistake was not having it standing up when I was doing that. So anyway, I'm gonna see if there's any more clogs, and if not, we're gonna kind of run it around this area. Don't worry, there's no bolts or anything like that that's gonna tear it up, and I might even take the hose and kind of back in that little spot here. Let's see. Still clogged. Uh-oh. See what it'll pick up. Oh, it's picking up some. Little section, let's see. There's still a clog in here somewhere. So it is sucking a little though, so that's progress. We got the clogs out, so I don't know where they could be. Let's take my light here and see if there's any other. No, there's no other clogs, so I don't know what the problem is. Huh. Could be there's more in the dirt chamber. Yeah, everything in the hose is gone, I think. Yep, everything in the hose is gone. So, I wonder what. After waiting a good long time, filter's finally dry, or dry enough to where it's not gonna suck down the water and get in the motor. Let's see if this does. Yep, that was it. And take the filter off, and you take the brush rope, the wand off, extended wand, it becomes a bit lighter. Vacuum test, do a little floor test. Over the end of it does. you can see, it picked up everything. But yeah, this vacuum is good to go, so I'll go ahead and empty this, and I'll go ahead and give the, as you can see, it picked up a lot of dirt, so I'm gonna go ahead and but yeah, this vacuum is all fixed up. In case I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and put it back to the max setting, because that's what they had it on when they gave it to me to fix. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let my coworkers know, and then we'll probably take the, well, you know what, let's see, I got some time. I'll go ahead and take a look at the shop vac. That is after I give it a wipe down, because as you can see, it is nasty. Alright, so now give this a bit of a wipe down, or a partial wipe down at least. I might wipe it down a bit more, but I want to go ahead and test it first. So he says that he's changed the filter, and oh, what is wrong with me? I forgot to give a whole intro about this vacuum. Anyway, so this is a little Craftsman shop vac, and this belongs to my boss. He asked me to fix it for him. So what I'm gonna do is I gave it a bit of a wipe down, because this thing was really dirty. I'm gonna wipe it some more later on, but I guess I really could have just took a wet rag and wiped it down. But anyway, he says that for some reason he changed the filter on it and whatnot, but he says it's still starting to spit out some of the stuff when it gets to a certain point. I don't know, maybe it's because it's full. Anyway, first I'm gonna give it a whirl, hoping that the motor in this thing isn't shot. Rumbling you hear is our air compressor. That's not the shop. Trying to find some random stuff to suck up that won't hurt it. I vacuumed with that Dyson, so I don't really have anything to suck it up with. Self-suction. It blowed out a little. That's kind of interesting. You saw some of it blow out, so I don't know what it's doing. Okay, so I took tried taking it apart. Noticed the filter was coming off, so maybe that's why it looks like it's missing a piece that I think you're supposed to use to screw the filter on. So it might be that when you take the filter out, or it could be just it's not a good filter and it's causing it to, the vacuum to shoot out the dirt. I'm not doing it now, so what I'm gonna do is just vacuum up some stuff and vacuum these filters, see what that does. Still nothing. This one doesn't need to be cleaned. Other filter didn't need to be cleaned. So I don't see any dirt spewing out. So like I said, it could be the filter. It could be it's not a good filter. Maybe it was because the filter had come off a little. Could also be the brand. I don't know that for certain because I'm not really familiar with Craftsman Shopvac. So Craftsman in general, the only brands I'm really familiar with are Shopvac and Shopvac. Can't remember the name of this brand, but that brand, because that orange one, because my Ben Daddy has a Shopvac, and then there's my little Dayton Shopvac I kind of rescued and used to vacuum up the filter sometimes. Since we can't, Joey and I used to share a Shopvac, which is that one right there, but we can't unfortunately use it anymore because due to, I think someone grabbed a hold of it, and now the motor is shot, so, because there was no filter in the motor, so, and then of course there's VacMaster as well. Yeah, I'm not real familiar with Craftsman, so I don't know nothing about their Shopvacs, period. Who knows, maybe just because it's not a good Shopvac. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a thorough cleaning, and then I'm gonna let Joey know. And I'm gonna go ahead and clean it, and we'll be right back. Alright, y'all, so that's the end of the video. Both vacuums are all good to go, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.